frame all put together. I'll go over what we have here by way of what we've done. I don't know what we had in the last video. I can't really remember. I didn't shoot a lot of video while I was working on it because it just didn't seem like there was a lot of people interested. But a couple people have emailed me and said they're watching them. Someone subscribed. Woohoo! I got one extra subscriber, so I think I'm up to like 4 or 5 subscribers. So, all right, what I've done. Let me see if I can lighten this video up a little bit. Now it's on auto. Okay. We've got the neck. We put a neck gusset in, and the big trick with the neck gusset is you don't want it to be a triangle, because basically this area here, if it was straight across, it would create a shelf right here that would have no give because of the steel, and then you would have possibility the backbone won't flex right here and it could fracture there, especially if they weld on gas tank mounts near that. So we bring the neck gusset past, you can see this discoloration right here where it's been welded. It's usually about a 1/2 inch away. That's where the steel got really hot here and went out and it started to cool back off. So you want to go at least 3/4 of an inch away from that with your neck gusset. You wouldn't want your neck gusset right there on that, because that's going to be on this backbone. The weakest part of it right now is where that dark line is. So, and it's not weak, it's only been welded once. If we were to cut this loose and weld it a second time, we're going to be changing the makeup of the metal again. So we want that neck gusset to go past that, but we want that curve in the steel so that under extreme pressure, like it hits a massive bump and the frame wants to do its normal flex, it'll allow this area here to flex ever so slightly and not crack. So same thing here. And basically what you're doing is just tying the neck as like a safety feature to this to keep the neck from trying to wander around too much. It's more important to have neck gussets, a bigger neck gusset or a neck gusset that ties in maybe like a tube or something when you have the really tall bikes with the long front ends, because they have more leverage to be able to twist the frame. We got the down tube in, plugged on the bottom rails in. We got the front motor mount in with the side pieces, and we have I made the foot control mounts that will just go right here. But this customer's putting his own on, so we're just sending him these because he might want to put them out here. He might want to put them back here. He's not sure what kind of reach he wants. And as we go back to the back part of the frame, we got our seat in. We haven't welded underneath. We got our transmission plate in with the rear holder, our rear motor mounts in, and our cross member for the seat post. And we do the backbone and the seat post in one shot. Bottom rails to rear end, and the rear ends are in. I've already released the rear end bolts here so I can take it out, and I'm going to release the rest of it. Oh, and these things are on there. Yeah. Is the rear motor mount and front motor mount and transmission. I don't know, put that thing in there, didn't I? Alright, since the transmission is Allen, I'll go ahead and take the rear, and then then we're going to loosen up that one. The way my neck fixture is, it fits into where the press-ins are, so it fits pretty snug. So now you can see I've separated it. Sometimes I really have to hammer on that joker. Sometimes I really have to hammer on it to get it. There we go. Alright, the frame should be alive. She's ready to completely come out and get the welding finished on the bottom. Alright, I got the frame up on the welding table. I was going to start welding, but this is what I'll talk about real quick. We only TIG weld. I'm not saying you can't MIG weld on a frame. You can MIG weld to your heart's content. I don't prefer MIG welding. I prefer TIG welding. So back in the day, I used to use a foot pedal, but I had another welder coming over helping, and he preferred the finger switch. So we put the finger switch on there, and I tell you what, I haven't gone back. I love the finger switch. It's something to think about. I don't have a water-cooled torch or pulsating or anything like that, and I do a lot of welding. It's just this is my preference. The only other important thing is, not getting into technical stuff, is you want to make sure that you have enough tungsten. Like this one, I've got to sharpen, and I got to sharpen a couple others that I keep so I can switch them out if I need to. You want to always weld with the cleanest, sharpest tungsten you can have on the welder. You get the best welds, the cleanest welds. You want to make sure your material's clean, and no matter what you're doing, whether you're just adding something to a frame, car, or whatever, when you clean the tubing, you want to clean it back. You can see right here that line where the weld went out to. Well, I always make sure I clean the tube past that. It doesn't matter because that line isn't doing anything there. But if you've got dirt, if you've got this dirty surface up a little ways away from that weld, just the heat from that weld, if there's oils on it, it'll drag that oil right over into the weld. It's just, the heat will just suck it in, or could suck it in. So what you want to make sure is when you clean the tubing, clean it back where it's going to be welded a good distance, a generous amount. So I clean this backbone all the way back to here and all the way up to here, and I clean this back to here. And then you also want to run a tool inside it and clean the inside of the tube of all the oils, especially if it's a part that you were oiling while you were machining it or something. Make sure you get all the oils and cleaned out of there. And then the last step is to clean it with like an acetone or something like that, so you make sure you get all the impurities off of it as best you can. This isn't aluminum. Aluminum, you have to be way more clean to weld on, but you want to make sure the inside, outside, and surrounding area is clean before you weld it. Clean tungsten. I got the frame basically done. All that. Check out my little Lego set here that my daughter gave me. She got this big Lego set, so I kept giving me these figures on a thing, so I got to keep it on my desk. Anyway, we'll look at that while I finish this up. I'm finished welding the frame. I got another frame to put in the jig, and I'm going to update that first frame too, the videos for that. So subscribe, rate, and like I said, these are just going to be random videos. It's not going to be unless I get requests of wanting to see something particular, I don't know what to shoot. So I'm just rambling on about what I'm building and at what stage I'm at and what it looks like, and little pointers like the tungsten and the finger switch and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, post below, subscribe, rate it, or give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you want to see some more of these videos, and everyone take care.